You can choose collapsing basic services or streets that are maintained and clean. You can choose to live in chaos and fear or the protection of thousands of local law enforcement officers. You can choose blackouts and the devastation of livelihoods and working to become load-shedding free.
Yeah, there's black here, and we communicate, we talk, we laugh.
Are we tired of excuses?
And we do not tolerate corruption.
Ever wondered what sets the Democratic Alliance Party apart from other political parties in South Africa? Let's uncover the key factors that make them stand out. Who is Democratic Alliance Party really is in South Africa? Join me as I delve deep into the history and policies of the Democratic Alliance Party in South Africa to uncover what they stand for and who they represent.
Before we continue, quick questions. What are your thoughts so far on the DA's ability to lead South Africa effectively as a governing party? Do you think the DA has the right policies and vision to address South Africa's economic and social challenges? Why or why not? How confident are you in the DA's leadership and their ability to tackle corruption and promote good governance? What specific changes would you like to see the DA implement if they were to come into power? And how do you think they would impact your life as a South African? Do you believe the DA truly represents the interests of all South Africans, regardless of race, class, or background? Why or why not? Keep watching till to the end to see if DA Party can give you clue according to their policies. Let me know in the comment below, what do you expect from Democratic Alliance in 5 years to come? Are they ride or die?
The Democratic Alliance Party has been a significant player in South African politics, known for its diverse membership and strong opposition to the ruling party. The Democratic Alliance is a South African political party which is a part of the current South African coalition government, together with the African National Congress, ANC, and Inkatha Freedom Party, IFP. The party is broadly centrist and has been attributed both centre-left and centre-right policies. It is a member of Liberal International and the Africa Liberal Network. The DA traces its roots to the founding of the Anti-Apartheid Progressive Party in 1959, with many mergers and name changes between that time and the present. The DA has a variety of ideologically liberal tendencies, including neoliberalism, social liberalism, classical liberalism, and conservative liberalism. The current leader of the party is John Steenhuisen, who was announced as the new leader on the 1st of November 2020 after the party's Federal Congress. He had previously acted as the interim leader of the party from November 2019 to November 2020. Helen Zille is chairperson of both the Federal Council and the Federal Executive, the highest decision-making structures of the party. In addition to governing several major metropolitan municipalities, the DA has been governing the Western Cape, one of South Africa's 9 provinces, since the 2009 general election. In aftermath of the 2024 general election, the DA entered into a ruling coalition with the ANC, penned as a Government of National Unity. Diving into the history of the DA party, in 1959, the Progressive Party, PP, was formed by 13 MPs who broke away from the United Party, UP, to confront apartheid directly. During this period, the National Party's NP-apartheid policy systematically denied rights to the black majority, while the UP failed to oppose it effectively. The establishment of the PP marked the beginning of the Democratic Alliance, DA. In 1961, Helen Suzman won the PP's first parliamentary seat, becoming a solitary but fierce advocate against apartheid. She opposed numerous apartheid laws, including those related to detention without trial, pass laws, job reservation based on race, racially segregated amenities, group areas, and forced removals. Suzman also fought for trade union rights, better wages and working conditions, and improved prison conditions. The PP merged with other factions to form the Progressive Reform Party, PRP, which later became the Progressive Federal Party, PFP, in 1977. Under Colin Eglin's leadership, the PFP became the official opposition to the apartheid government. The party continued to fight against the apartheid constitution, which excluded black people and concentrated power in the office of the state president. In the late 1980s, the PFP merged with the Independent Party and the National Democratic Movement to form the Democratic Party, DP. Led by Zach de Beer, the DP played a crucial role in negotiating South Africa's interim constitution, incorporating many principles initially advocated by the Progressive Party in 1959. After South Africa's first democratic election, the DP, under Tony Leon's leadership, became the official opposition. The party grew significantly in the 1995 municipal elections and surpassed the NP as the largest opposition party by the 1999 general elections. The DP's aim was to ensure freedom, fairness, opportunity, and diversity for all South Africans. In 2000, the DP merged with the Federal Alliance and the New National Party, NNP, to form the Democratic Alliance, DA. However, the alliance with the NNP was short-lived, leading to a renewed focus on building a strong opposition to the African National Congress, ANC. The DA grew rapidly, becoming the most popular opposition party by the 2004 general election, securing 12.3% of the vote and 50 seats in the National Assembly. Helen Zell, elected as DA leader in 2006, guided the party to further victories. By 2009, the DA won an outright majority in the Western Cape with 51.5% of the vote. In 2014, the party continued its gains, winning 22.23% of the national vote and 89 seats in the National Assembly. A key moment in the DA party's history was the 2016 municipal elections, where it won major cities like Cape Town and Johannesburg, showcasing its growing influence in urban areas. In the 2016 local government elections, the DA unseated the ANC in key municipalities, including Johannesburg, Tshwane, and Nelson Mandela Bay. By 2021, the DA had consolidated its position, focusing on stabilizing coalition governments to avoid past instabilities and aiming to become the core of a new majority by 2024. Over its history, the DA has transformed from a small group opposing apartheid into a significant political force, advocating for democratic principles and good governance in South Africa. The DA's rescue plan for South Africa. After 30 years of ANC governance, state institutions have deteriorated due to cadre deployment, corruption, and criminality, leading to unreliable power supply, high crime rates, poor literacy rates among children, widespread water shortages, failing ports, decaying towns and cities. These issues have hindered South Africa's economic growth and job creation. The DA aims to address these problems by abolishing cadre deployment, firing corrupt officials, appointing skilled, competent individuals. The DA plans to build a capable state in collaboration with the private sector and civil society, using a successful whole-of-society approach already implemented in areas they govern. For more info about DA's rescue plans for South Africans, please visit the link on description below. The DA party's key policies include a focus on non-racialism, free market principles, and the promotion of individual freedoms. These policies have resonated with a significant portion of the South African population. Let's find them out in details. Current policies. Crime increased police officers to 250,000, adding 60,000 more than the government's target. Employ 30,000 additional detectives and forensics experts, and 500 more prosecutors. Establish a directorate for victims of crime for support and funding. Support a prison labour program for community upliftment, despite criticism from labour unions. Oppose the disbandment of the Scorpions Crime Investigation Unit and centralisation of police services. Declared farm attacks and murders as hate crimes at the 2020 Federal Congress. Social development, basic income. Grant of R110 monthly for adults earning less than R46,000 per year. Legislation to ensure legal guardians of children in poverty meet education and health checkup requirements. Youth development proposals include a R6,000 opportunity voucher or a 12-month community service program, support for a universal old age pension, and the abolishment of pension means tests. Education. Focus on providing resources to underperforming schools. Support for guaranteed access to essential school resources and proper nutrition schemes. Propose training 30,000 additional teachers per year. Advocate new performance targets for teachers and schools, a per-child wage subsidy, and a network of early childhood education centres. Health tackle high HIV/AIDS rates by increasing clinics offering HIV testing and providing Nevirapine to HIV-positive women. Devote more resources to vaccinations against common childhood illnesses. Promote a transparent and competitive health sector to improve service delivery. Economy advocate for a mixed economy approach to expand opportunities and choices for citizens. Propose measures for job creation and attracting foreign direct investment. Suggest a wage subsidy program to reduce hiring costs for first-time workers. Support a counter-cyclical fiscal policy and targeted fiscal interventions like scrapping VAT on books. Oppose the ANC's Black Economic Empowerment approach, proposing broad-based economic empowerment instead. Advocate for industrial policy coordination by the Industrial Development Corporation and support for innovation through a sovereign venture capital fund. Oppose a national minimum wage, preferring flexible wage agreements. Land. Oppose land expropriation without compensation, supporting the willing buyer, willing seller principle. Criticise government's resource allocation for land reform. Celebrate the delivery of 91,000 title deeds in the Western Cape. Environment and Energy. Propose a new Ministry of Energy and Climate Change to improve energy planning and reduce carbon emissions. Advocate for increased energy efficiency and sectoral carbon emission targets. Electoral reform support reforms to replace the current voting system with a mix of constituency-based and proportional representation. Propose the direct election of the President and extending voting rights to South Africans abroad. Foreign policy. Hold a pro-Western foreign policy, supporting Ukraine during the Russo-Ukrainian War. Condemn Hamas attacks on Israel while supporting a two-state solution to the Israel-Palestine conflict. Democratic Alliance Youth, DA Youth, which came officially into being in late 2008, was first led by Makashule Ghana until 2013. The current interim federal leader is Nicholas Nyati, elected in 2022. DA Youth believes in unlocking the possibility of South Africans through diverse, resilient leadership. The future of South Africa is dependent on young South Africans, which are enabled through training, employment, education, and business opportunities. The DA Youth works alongside DA governments by advocating as the youth voice in Parliament, provincial legislatures and municipal councils. Our force is strong and works diligently with communities through outreach programs to create social change. DA Women's Network. Dawn is a growing network of women across South Africa who drive the DA's values of freedom, fairness, opportunity and diversity for all, and act as the voice for the vulnerable, where women are safe, empowered and equal. If you are passionate about addressing issues affecting South African women today, such as gender-based violence and rape, child support, maintenance, and access to antiretroviral drugs, then join the Dawn and be a part of the solution and rescue South African women and the vulnerable. The DA Abroad is the DA's overseas network of volunteers who are making a difference and contributing to the success of our country, South Africa. We do this through projects and campaigns that are aligned with the DA's vision of one nation, with one future, underpinned by freedom, fairness, opportunity, and diversity for all. We have 3 broad objectives: to grow the Democratic Alliance voter base. South Africans living abroad can now vote in the SA national elections, and we intend to help as many people as possible to be aware and be registered to vote wherever in the world they may be. Spread the DA's vision of one nation with one future underpinned by freedom, fairness and opportunity for all. Make a real impact on South Africa's future by creating international awareness and mobilizing the international community in defense of our constitution, country and spirit.
My thoughts. I think DA has shown capacity and has track record of better governance than the ANC. We want a party that can move the country forward and the party that can bring the respect that SA has in the world 20 years ago. I'm hopeful about the new government's potential to drive positive change. I expect the DA to prioritize economic growth, education, and job creation, addressing the country's pressing issues. I envision a future where every South African has access to quality healthcare, affordable housing, and equal opportunities. The DA's commitment to transparency and accountability resonates with me, and I trust they'll tackle corruption and ensure good governance. I'm excited to see the party's vision for a united, prosperous, and inclusive South Africa unfold. Let's work together to build a brighter future for all.
The Democratic Alliance Party remains a significant political entity in South Africa, with a history of challenging the status quo and advocating for a more inclusive society. Let us know what you think about the DA party and stay tuned for more in-depth analyses of political parties in South Africa. If you find this video is informative, please subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. Thanks for watching.